So usually that
Okay, we will begin Yellow Book, Refuge, and Bodhisattva part because we teach and listen for welfare of all mother thinking beings. Page number 4. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother thinking beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother thinking beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother thinking beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Okay, dear Dharma brothers and sisters, I remind you, we recite the Manjushri prayer. This you know, you are going to repeat me, and this Manjushri prayer or recitation is very unique. Number one, Manjushri is a very unique Yidam deity, as you know, and Manjushri is the embodiment of all the Buddhas' wisdom. And also Manjushri, peaceful Manjushri has different colors, and there are different sadhanas. And the Ratha for Manjushri Yamitaka, we all know that. Who is Yamitaka? Yamitaka is peaceful Manjushri, is transformed into wrathful. And then this Manjushri supplication is composed by 500 pentatals in one night. So that is definitely, for sure, Manjushri blessed their mind. So that's why then we recite this. All monasteries, all practitioners in the monastery, there is no different Kagyu, Nyingma, Sacha, Giluk. And also, the benefit of this recitation is for improving your wisdom, for understanding the Dharma, especially understand one's natural state of mind. So that's why we recite this. Are you ready to follow me? You repeat me. Thank you. Are you okay there? If you feel far, come here on chair or somewhere. Let's pray, okay? Lama Tang Gombo Jetsun Jampu Yangla Chansalo Gangelo De Ni Dindal Nye Tar Namda Rab Sabe Je Ni Donggun Je Yin Zhe Cher Ni Jie To Gar Lei Wam Zin Ganda Sipe Zorar Mare Muntum Donghe Jizerva Rozo Gunla Peje Darze Yin La Zhou Yang Din Song Zhou Dar Che Zhou Ni Mong Yi Long Le Jie Jia Zhou Zhorn Ze Jing Ma Re Mun Sel Do Ngir Nye Ge Jie Ni Jun Ze Ra Zhe Nam Do Ne Ta Jing Sa Jun Tar Sun Yon Din Le Zo Jar Se To Wu Ge Je Cha Je Dang Je Ni Jin De Da Lu Men Se Jan Pe Yang La Du Om Arapatsa Nadi 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 di 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 Zedin Chuje Chen Ra Wu Zer Ji Da Lu De Mo Mun Ba Ra Sa Ne Ka Tang Din Ju Yong Lo Do Ba Ye Lo Du Bo Be Nang Wa Zai Zai De So Okay. Thank you, thank you. As I promise, one time I will explain this recitation vividly for you, and this mantra Om Arapatsa Nadi is easy to recite. Everybody know. Actually, I myself don't think so. I'm very intelligent person, but I recited. I have been reciting this mantra so many times. So someone says your English pronunciation is not so bad. So I think that's because of this Arapatsa Nadi. And but that's I myself believe and kind of proof. Of course, in the historically, as I mentioned, this one Nyingma master, he recited this mantra 7 days. He kept a single barley underneath his tongue, and then after 7 days, this barley opens and grows green. What is leaf? green leaf from there. So it's very powerful. And it's very comfortable as it crossed whole lineage. It doesn't matter, oh, this is only for kind of scholars. This is only for retreatants. This recitation doesn't discriminate between them. It brings all of them together, which means it progressives all the wisdoms of these practitioners. And then today's teaching is the Essence of Mahayana teaching, which composed by Lord Jigten Sumgon and his special disciple, Nanjolpa, Yogi Zhe Dhing Dorjee. Zhe Dhing means angry Vajra. So that means he has realized the essence of angry emotion. So he completely freed from angry emotion. So Vajra of angry is his secret name. While he realized his profound mind or true nature. You all have this name. I think you all possess this name. And one day, then your students will use. You all need to keep special motivation that you should think you are going to become Buddhist teacher. Don't always feel I am going to be a student. This is not self-pride. You all possess Buddha nature, and you all possess wisdom, Dharma wisdom. So you all have love. You all possess love. Love one's child, love one's family, love one's friends, one's pet, and so on and so forth. So that is the seed of boundless compassion. So to become a teacher, you don't need so many kind of facilities. And one thing is bodhicitta, loving kindness and compassion. And then you listen some teachings. It doesn't matter they are well known or not. There was one master, Indian master, who traveled to Tibet, and he has 500 masters. So how many times you listen, it improves your Dharma knowledge. Experientially, Dharma knowledge is like that. My own experience. I love to share a little bit thing. First, I studied Buddha Dharma. I studied all these Buddha Dharmas. For instance, I began from the poetries, Tibetan grammar and poetries. Tibetan grammar is very unique. it does not mention only how to write correctly to someone. It mentions spatial inner wind, the inner winds and channels and so forth. Since we start from there, we already touched 6 yoga of Naropa. After a little while, I noticed. And also, I was studied about logic, philosophies. I was debate. Hold the hands, crack, and blood comes. At that moment, what I felt is Dharma knowledge means for share something to someone, discourse, debate. And then slowly, it turned back. Oh, Dharma knowledge means learning one's mind. For that reasons, I love Dharma study more and more. I did not feel it is useless. Because seems it helps me a lot. For example, His Eminence Ngakchen Rinpoche gives profound teachings, of course. We all received this. For example, he says one path instruction, and I'm not kind of a super person, but a little bit understand that and extra things. Oh, that is it's connected with somewhere. So that's why what I think is, if I have like this experience, definitely for you have double or triple realizations. You can realize. So to this study is extremely important. In the simple way is, for example, this morning we did Changchok, burning away afflictions. Burning the afflictions away or something like that. At that moment, what I feel is, at that time, we hear the numbers of people, how many people passed away. And then what I feel is, oh, one day I will include that number. Right now we recite for them, oh, somewhere some people die like these numbers, somewhere the people die through these situations, these conditions. And then what I feel is, oh, one day I will include those numbers. Right now, I'm included living being. So that is actually not bad thinking, because if we have too much attachment in this world, in this life, if we are too much fixated in this life, then these life's activities deceive us. Because we lost profound opportunity. What is that? That is, you will become future Buddha. Or another way I can say, your future Buddha. Your future, if we are fixating too much for this life, then we lose our future Buddha. So that's what I think. Of course, we need to take care of this life. Main thing is satisfaction. Satisfaction is really the source of happiness in this life. Satisfaction means if you have a car, you should be with that. If you have a house, you have a friend, even your body. Right now you can walk, or you can sit, you can talk, your ears can listen, your eyes can watch, your tongue can speak. So you should be a little bit happy with them. And also, if I'm talking about money, if you have 1,000 in your bank account, be happy with that. So it does not mean then after that you don't work. I don't mean you are going to make efforts you don't want to make effort to work, something like that. You can do, but mentally. In the Buddha Dharma, most of the time it's talking about the insight, the mind and the mentalities, the nature of mind. That is the essence of life. So, you be satisfied and often think, oh, I have a precious in my life. I met Dharma. I got opportunity to listen Dharma. I opportunity to share Dharma, practice Dharma, retreat Dharma. So think that. So then slowly you can improve step by step. So that's a satisfaction. It does not mean, oh, I have this thing, then I don't need anything. That is also not exactly the meaning of satisfaction. But the satisfaction and grasping is quite different, is that I have one thing, but still I am dissatisfied with this, dissatisfied with that things, and oh, if I have another thing, always we are looking forward, another thing. And then if we cannot get that, then we are experiencing suffering. That's where satisfaction is very helpful in this life. Then I know you don't have so much facing problems individually, maybe. Maybe some have some problems. Anyhow, you should understand your sufferings are impermanent. Impermanent. This please keep in your mind. Only if you keep this today, other parts, if you don't understand well, it's still okay. Suffering is actually occurring immediately. We don't have plan. We are not sure when it comes. So, for instance, you know, the natural disasters, fire, and there are lots of sufferings, lots of obstacles. So, we not sure when problems occur, but if you prepared means And now you a little bit practice, on impermanence. I have good things. This also is change. And then sometimes when you have some facing problems, obstacles, you think, oh, this will change. This situation will change. So don't perceive the sufferings are very kind of a permanent phenomena. And for example, someone before decades, years ago, maybe very poor, and then recently they become very rich. Someone always sick for a long time, but then they become healthy. And some have a healthy life or body and immediately got sick. So everything is changed. Even this Mother Earth is moving, that means changing. It is changing. So everything is changing. So you listen the Dharma, so you should become your own Buddha or your own protector. Everything depends on mind or way of thinking. So sometimes when you have some challenges or problems at that time, you try to think impermanence. Then it solves this problem. Then when you are with a friend or family, sometimes it's possible with friends and with family there are some problems because there are different views. Maybe you love to eat rice, or your friend loves to eat some spicy. You love to eat some sweet food, and your friend loves to eat spicy food, something like that. So at that time, try to understanding each other's. Understanding is very important. Understanding helps you to maintain your relation for a long time. Understanding helps you to be patient. Otherwise, if you are angry and then immediately try to be patient, it's quite difficult. So understanding each other is also a Dharma practice. And then, yeah, there are, that's I just remind you. And then we began for today's teaching. The verse, I recite this verse. First verse we done, second verse I think we done, yeah. Third word, it says, the Buddhist scriptures are an ocean of boundless expanse. The sutras, tantras, and the commentaries are crown jewels of profound contents. This is their impeccable summary, Vedriya jewel. I shall there expound the essence of the Buddhist teaching, ground, path, and fruition. The Buddhist scripture, actually Buddhist scripture and Buddha's scripture are same thing. So first, Buddha means right now you don't call me Buddha, and I don't call you Buddha, because right now we call each other's individual names. But eventually, we all possess one name. What is that? Buddha. At that time, I call you Buddha. Maybe you call me Buddha. So, because at that time, we all become Buddha. So, then we all possess a single name, that is Buddha. Buddha in Tibetan, Sangye. Sang means if your mind is like a water, then in this water has some dirt. So all of this dirt removed in the cleansing, purify, and then this water becomes pure water. So then you can drink this water. So now everybody say drink water is very important. That's very true. Sound is like to become Buddha is very important. So you have right now your mind your mind wears some clothes. Your mind wears some clothes. So when these clothes have some holes or become dirt or something like that, at that time we see, oh, we are going to wash these clothes. Similarly, right now our mind is dirt or impure, I think, impure by some thoughts. Do you agree? Some thoughts. What is that? I'm not your thoughts, but you perceive that I am. When you perceive I, and that's we call self-grasping. And then whenever you perceive my, or this or that, is we call the another grasping. We call it the grasping of phenomena. So, as Milarepa said, if you try to search Buddha outside, you cannot find it. If you try to search Buddha from everywhere in this world, and then you go to the moon and other kind of stars, on the stars, you will not able to find Buddha. Even if you try to find Buddha in the books, you cannot find it. But where can you find Buddha? Is in your mind. So Milarepa said, if you search Buddha outside, cannot find it. That's where you try to search Buddha in your mind, from your mind. So, as Gachi Rinpoche often said that your mind is like an ocean, and when you perceive I, at that time this ocean becomes frozen, and then when you arise love and compassion, it melts. It melts the ice of your mind. So then if you found the self-awareness, found means actually you should arise that from your mind. Then you find the Buddha. How can you find Buddha? You can later ask me and we can discuss more. Right now I just share a few things. How can you find Buddha from your mind is when you are watch at your mind, first your experience is your experience, or your first what you see is very uncomfortable feelings. It's like a waterfall. If you stand up near a waterfall, so noisy, even you can't hear your voice by yourself. And then the water scattered everywhere. If you just be enjoy there, it's okay with waterfall. Otherwise, it's especially in this moment in the winter, I think it's quite uncomfortable to go to the waterfall. Maybe. So, likewise, first you try to see Buddha from your mind, or watch your Buddha in your mind. Is you can't see Buddha. What you see is you can see your thoughts. That is a great result. Many practitioners at that moment try to run away. I think many practitioners have the same experience. All the practitioners love to see one's Buddha in mind, and then watch the mind, and before see the Buddha, one sees thoughts, and then it's very uncomfortable. It's not only see like in the movie, one really experience. It's so kind of uncomfortable. So at that moment, only that moment you make effort. Only that moment. While you see your thoughts and you will experience uncomfortable, at that moment you make effort. You should make effort means not for many hours by hours stay there, but repeat. And then after a little while, that your thoughts try to show you it is nature. What is it is nature? I mean their nature. The nature of thoughts is calm down, peaceful. That is a very kind of at that time what your experience is after a little while, then you feel a little bit peaceful, relax. And then after a little while, then what happens is your mind becomes clear. Your mind becomes clear. That means still you can see your thoughts, you can hear different sounds, you can feel different feelings vividly. And after a little while, then your mind, all of these thoughts gone like a clouds gone away in the space, in the sky. And then your mind is very clear, pure, and very relaxed. That is, at that time, then you see your natural state of mind or your Buddha. So first, when you see it, you cannot overpower your body. But if you maintain there, slowly that overpowers your body and then your life. So that's where then all of these things, obstacles, problems, and everything becomes like a TV. We watch TV. Sometimes we are pretty interesting to watch them as we go into the movie theater, and we are interesting to watch, but we don't have interesting to experience the suffering. Yeah, but we will not experience sufferings in the movie. There are sometimes there are strong natural disasters. Sometimes people kill each other, or for example, some tigers eat another animal, something like that. But we just watch it. That is not true in the not happened. Likewise, then all these phenomena, activities of phenomena are the movie, like the movie. So at that time we gain a profound view. So Buddha, here first word, the Buddha is this. At that time you free from samsara. You become, you liberated from suffering or samsara. So who become Buddha? Who became Buddha? If I ask you, in our life, who become Buddha? Shakyamuni Buddha. Of course, we can point out Shakyamuni Buddha, Manjushri, and so forth. So, and then scriptures are. Scripture means Buddha taught. Buddha taught many teachings after he became enlightened. So we call them scriptures. And then after Buddha taught many teachings, Vajrayana, Mahayana, and other kind of teachings. And then there are many commentaries by the Bodhisattvas. And then there are many teachings by the gurus. So that's why it says scriptures are in ocean of boundless expanse. Ocean is very expanse, yeah? So that's where there are many teachings. And then it says the sutara, tantara, the sutras. Sutras means Buddha's one teachings, one subject's name. The sutara, actually sutara are included three baskets. Three baskets. One session explained about the rules and regulations. If you follow karma cause, law of karma, then result is very profound, great, and something like that. And if one against the law of karma cause and effect, one experience like that suffering, this suffering, something like that. So that's where you are going to follow the law of karma cause and effect. Fundamentally, it teaches that. And then still slowly, if you keep Nyungne practice for 1 day or 2 days, precepts or something, vows, you are going to like add vows. At that moment, you not allowed to eat after lunch, something like that. You are going to keep promise until from today to tomorrow, something like that, something like that. And then it's progressive a little bit. It says, oh, you are going to keep 10 vows. And then you become like a nuns or monks or something like that. And then you are going to 253 or 350 these vows. And then you become fully ordained monks and nuns, something like that. And then you are going to keep the special samayas, you become Vajrayanas. If you are going, also you're going to keep some 18 vows, something like that, you become Bodhisattvas. So this one section explain about that things. Second section explained what? Wisdom. Wisdom is like practical Buddhas practitioners also follow that. And the Mahayana practitioners and the Vajrayana practitioners, they all follow this. So for example, practice 12 interdependence, 12 links of interdependence. How we begin the samsaric life. First, and then how we accumulate karma through this way, how we found this body, and then how we will become aging, and then how we will die, and then how we will go to Pardo, and then how we will come back or go into another pure land or another realms. It explains outwardly. Inwardly, there is a way to meditate. Sometimes understanding is very important. For example, I know bees, make honey is bees. I know bees since when? Since I was a child, I know bees. But then I know bees after a little while. What I understood is bees make honey, but I did not know how to make honey by bees. Perhaps you all know. That's where it will be extra information. Maybe some are like me, so I love to share this. So that's where I was wondering how bees make. I think if we ask people, maybe they say, oh, bees make honey, only that's all. Very interesting thing is, bee take or eat nectars in flower. That I already know. But nectar is not honey. Yeah? Nectar is not honey. So nectar people can drink is liquid like water sugar or sugar water, but not honey. And then this nectar drink or eat by the bee, and then it goes special storage in the special stomach. Still it isn't honey. Then I'm a little bit surprised. Wow, I thought already then become honey. But then what happened is another bee, second bee came and it transformed in their stomach. Still it isn't honey. And from that bee transformed to the another bee's stomach or storage. And then it becomes honey. And then they make special nest. And then they keep that honey there. Why? There is a very important thing to understand. Is they saved that is for their baby's food. Oh, Lord Buddha, that's definitely come from love. So that's where this the second wisdom, second section, or actually that is not different layers, like a first basket, second basket. Second basket tells like this: oh, how your life come from, and then how it enters the mother's womb, how many weeks, each week it works what, and then there are different kind of, it's how does it grow, before that grow, then parents is eggs, and the same means how can mix, and then how the Bardo's life enters there, and everything explained clearly. And then the mother gave birth, and then how you grew, and then step by step how your channels grow, how your wind going function through channels, and then slowly your each and every channels start to dry, it doesn't work, and then your chakras explode. Chakras, we have 5 chakras, they because wind stopped to function in the channels, and then the chakras explode. And then what happened is then your this bindu cannot stay one place, and it comes down, and then lower bindu comes up, and then how clips your consciousness between these two kind of bindus. And then at that moment, what happened? So until it become enlightenment, it's mentioned very clearly. So that's where the second basket is that. Third basket is in the sutra. Third basket is explained meditation. So this explained the shamatha. Shamatha with the object and without characteristics. And then vipassana. Vipassana has different layers, like 4 yogas. Single pointed, simplicity, one test, and non-meditation is explained. So all of this, there are lots of explanations. They all mention your mind. Try to purify your obscurations through your mind, and try to appear Buddha nature. So that's where it's the third basket is that. And then it says tantras or maybe. So tantara is actually there's a action tantara. Actually kriya tantara, tsaya tantara, action tantara, tsaya tantara, same. And then yoga tantara and ana-yoga tantara. So 4 yogas. So then these it explained their empowerments. It explained, for example, first Kriya Tantara. I think it's called Kriya Tantara, has only 5 empowerments. And then there is one yidam, how visualize at that moment, how should you visualize that yidam? You are going to visualize that yidam like a king and ordinary person, something like that. You are going to more respect that, and then a lot of things to do, something like that. Then Action Tantara has 7 empowerment, something, and then not only outer activities are important, inner are important, something like that. So these, but they all mentioned the essence of mind. The Yoga Tantara explained clearly how these are generation stage and completion stage, and the Anu Yoga explained completion stage. So then commentaries are crown jewel of profound content. So because there are many commentaries, these commentaries are very helpful to understand this profound mind. And then what is it? This is their impeccable summary. Impeccable summary means Impeccable means, I think, stainless, very pure, very pure. Summary means the conclude. If we talk too much, everything seems so difficult to fathom and understand. That's where we conclude. That it says a summary. Vaidurya jewel. Vaidurya is actually in English I think it's called lapis lazuli. So it has three kind of this lapis lazuli. Three. One is like what we use for our people for decoration or ornaments. Another one is in the middle of the night, it's shining the light. And then the profound one is visual jewels, like a visual jewels. So this is a metaphor. This is a metaphor of these teachings. Teachings are like a crown jewel. If you have a crown, like a king's or prince's crown, or prince crown, and it's decorated by some lapis lazuli, and then it's shining the light. So then, even in the middle of the night, it's very brilliantly shining the light. So this is a metaphor, but what we can understand here is, if you practice Dharma, it shining brilliant. It shines brilliant light, and it removes ignorance. Ignorance is, what is ignorance? Ignorance is, oh, I don't understand. My profound of mind. And then I little bit understand, but I forget it. This moment I understand, that moment I forget it. This is also ignorance. Another ignorance is, oh, I love to practice Dharma, but today I am super busy. Why? Today I am going to, what we say? Today I'm going to spend time with my friends. We are going to enjoy in a restaurant or shopping center or drink coffee or something like that. Actually, yeah. And then I love to practice tomorrow. And then tomorrow, you love to practice day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow, you love to practice next year or something like that. Then next year or next year's your practice or your next life, which one comes early, we're not sure. So that's where we are. The ignorance, we don't understand that. So and also ignorance means kind of delusion. Delusion is a little bit of misunderstanding, you know. Misunderstanding is we become Buddha, very powerful. Buddha is the very powerful life, actually. The reason I mentioned this is any single suffering cannot interrupt, cannot distract Buddha. So that's why. Otherwise, we have how many weapons, how many powers. At least there are some problems. Make something. So that's why we are going to wear special crown. We are going to become genuine princess or prince. Genuine princesses or prince is Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva. If you have bodhicitta, you become Buddha's heart son and heart daughter. That's where you and Buddha are very connected to each other. So at that time, if you supplicate a single kind of supplication, you get result. You receive resolve. If you are not connected with the Buddha, your connection with the Buddha is sometimes okay, sometimes then we try to supplicate and request the Buddha some cities or common city or uncommon city. It's very, very difficult. Very difficult. So that's why I think we are going to connect with the Buddha is extremely important. Connect Buddha, what is the connection? Like a wire is the bodhicitta, love. Love other beings. Then when you love other beings, Buddha loves you. When we love ourselves, Buddha loves us, but Buddha's love cannot enter. At that time, when we love ourselves too much, at that time we wear it's called armor, very special. Actually, it's not special, but wear a strong armor, and then Buddha's the blessings or light of blessings cannot enter inside our mind. So that's where whenever we love other beings, Buddha is there and Buddha loves us. That means at that time we supplicate Buddha and we receive result. For example, daytime you supplicate something, in the nighttime, in the dream, you have a great dream. In the daytime, you meditate, retreat, practice, recitation, meditation, whatever you do, practice generosity or help other beings, be patient, whatever you do. In the nighttime, you experience these things in the dream, for example. So that's why the connection with the Buddha is bodhicitta. And then we become Buddha's heart son and heart daughters. So that's why we are going to wear crown, jewelry crown, decorated by Lebus Leslie. So that is the bodhicitta. Dharma teaching is perhaps if you understand how to listen Dharma teaching, and if you don't understand how to listen Dharma teaching, there are huge difference. If you understand how to listen Dharma teaching is actually Dharma teachers explain about Dharma and Buddha and Bodhisattvas. In other hand, but other hand, Dharma teachers talking about to you because you are ready to become enlightened. That's I'm not just how to say. I'm not talking it by my clairvoyance. So that's also I don't try to make you are happy. Be honest. We all possess the cause of Buddha, and we all the seeds of enlightenment. So then it says, I shall here expound the essence of the Buddhist teaching. Who said that? The yogi of the angry Vajra, this Nanjoba Zhe Dhing Dorjee, he says, I and Lord Jigten Sumgon, they mentioned, this teaching is unique because two these masters composed together, yeah? And also this is not, you see, this is a special one. Also, we can say it's two lineages cooperated together and then produce this teaching. Because Nanjorpa Zhe Dhing Dorjee is actually Sajapa. Was Sajapa. But he came to the Drikung lineage and he saw Lord Jigten Sumgon and he saw Buddha. He did not see ordinary person. He really saw, oh, you are Buddha. And he's surprised. And then his realization of, and this special way, Jigten Sumgon sees he is also special one. And then they cooperate, work together, and write together this teaching. And then they said, this is the future Drikungpa's Lamrem. Right now, Gelugpa has Lamrem. You know, yeah? Nyingmapa has Lamrem. Nyingmapa's Lamrem is the word of my, my perfect teacher, word of my perfect teacher. This is Nyingmapa's Lamrem. Zapapter's teaching. Zapapter is not, this is also important to understand. Zapapter is not a reincarnation of Buddhas. That's very important to know. This is not only I today mentioned, this all masters mentioned to you, if you focus that. Zapapter is actually ordinary person in his life, but he practiced. He listened the Lamrem, I can say another Lamrem of Nyingmapa's 25 times. Same subject. He listened 25 times, and how many times he did Mundo, preliminary practice? 25 times. 100,000 prostration, 100,000 refuge, 100,000 Vajrasattva, 100,000 what? The mandala, 100,000 Guru Yoga, and so on and so forth. 25 times. Then he wrote the word of my perfect teacher. That's he wrote. So right now that is the whole Nyingmapa's Lamrem. It's really amazing. It's a profound teaching. And common all the Kagyu, there are many Kagyu, there's the how to say, there are many Kagyupas. That's where the common Lamrem is this liberation of the jewel of liberation, the Gamboba compost. That is the whole Kagyupas. And particularly this, the essence of Mahayana is Drikung, this Drikung Kagyu's Lamrem. So, who attained Buddhahood through this Lamrem? Number one, Lord Jigten Sumgon. Number two, this Yogi Zhe Dhing Dorjee. And then step by step, they all travels through this teaching, this path. So that's where he said, they says expound that. Actually, here's I share here. That's actually we share here is better, but we don't want to change in the literally in the book, but way of explain. We shall here expound the essence of the Buddhist teaching. So how they expound the essence. How did they do is ground, path, fruition. So Buddha's, all the Buddha's teachings, they collected in the ground and path and fruition. In simple way, ground means we are. You are and we are ground, because we possess this Buddha nature. And then path is how practice. The path is this teaching can be path, and all the teachings can be path. All the scriptures can be path. All the practices can be path. All the retreats, meditations, all the Dharma activities can be path. And the fruition is enlightenment. Yeah. So first, the ground. Inwardly, ground means all ground consciousness. Ground, is in your mind. There's a thing. If I ask you, do you know? We grossly explain, seems we understand, and seems it's sweet, but that is not profound. Another example I will share with you about the beer. I know beer sleep in the winter because I grow in the cold weather. So winter I did not see bear. I heard some bear in the winter, some bear come out, they are very dangerous. Just I heard that. They eat whatever they found, all lives. I heard if they can catch. But I did not remember I see in the winter. In the summer I saw. So then bears sleep. But then the scientists research the bear kind of sleep, that is not sleep. And they eat many food in summer and fall season, but they do not save their food in their house, nest. But they eat a lot. And then in the winter, in 8 minutes, they breathe in and breathe out one time. If I'm right. Breathe out, breathe in one time in 8 minutes in the winter. They are not exactly sleep. It's very similar. I'm sorry to say that, but I think when I noticed that it's very similar practical Buddhas and some arhats. Do you know Buddha has many students, but eventually he give. Usually Buddha says, oh, this is wonderful, my disciple. This is wonderful, my disciple. He respect Buddha say good things many times. Eventually, he passed away. He gave his lineage to him. Who his teaching, his possession, or his how to say, his kind of who can be instead of Buddha. Buddha say, oh, I passed away. For example, when Buddha was 81 years old, I think, the 2,600 some years ago, when Buddha passed away, and then he said, oh, this is instead of me. This is my representation, something like that. Who is that? That is Kashayapa. If my pronunciation is correct or not, I'm not sure right now. I think it's called Kashayapa. Kashayapa, some say Kashayapa. One his student, so he, right now this holy place is, if you have time to go that place in India, near the area of Bodh Gaya, there is a holy place. Before Kashayapa, before he died, he has a student, king, and that king told to this Kashayapa earlier, when Buddha passed away, I did not there. I was so regret. So if you are representative of Buddha, so when you will die, please let me know. Before you die, I must come to you. So then the Kashayapa also agreed that, okay, I will do it. And then what happened? One day Kashayapa came there, near the kingdom, and then he said, I'm going to see this king. And then there are many kind of ministers, and they say, no, not allowed to see the king. And then it's okay, but please reverse this, give this message. Tomorrow I will pass away. And then this minister, after, because at that moment the king was asleep, so he could not awake. And then he went there. This messenger went there, and this Kashayapa, this full ordained monk, he said he will pass away tomorrow. So he came here, but we could not allow to enter. And then he scored to them. And then why it's very important, so I must go there. Anyhow, then this Kashayapa, the full ordained monk, he went to a mountain, Gotepa or something. This mountain, he went this mountain, and then he meditated there. So his body is still there. Do you believe? His body still exists there. When in the future material Buddha came and material Buddha stacked like this, and then his body, at that time, then his body stopped to stay there. It's very top of a mountain. So that is, for example, that power came from meditation. Right now I bring beer. It's similar, but they not sleep in the winter, 100% not sleep, but they do not wake up. They don't have growth like a consciousness. So no need to eat different things. And I don't know what is the pose or something. Their body crowd and stay there, but they are breathing out and in one turn in 8 minutes, something like that. They stay whole winter into the under the some old tree or somewhere. Or outside there are many snow or whatever, doesn't matter, they sleep. Actually we call sleep, that is not real sleep. So this is a kind of, it remains means like a Kashayapa's story. But Kashayapa stays like this is the power of meditation. So that's where his meditation mind overpowers his body. So that's the main thing is his consciousness remains the ground, or this consciousness remains. There are many kind of like these stories, and also maybe you heard some tukdam. I don't know how to say in English. Maybe English also mentions tukdam. Tukdam is quite similar. For example, someone passed away, like some gurus or some kind of great practitioner passed away. They stay 7 days, 15 days. That is quite a different way. If I explain a little bit about this, I think it's better to know. What they do is, as I mentioned earlier, they practice knowingly or unknowingly. They practice about completion stage. Completion stage and death are similar. So that's where they meditate like a death process. Oh, right now I'm dying, and my warmth dissolve into the water elements. So that's where my nostril and mouth becomes dry, and right now my kind of wind elements dissolve into the wind. That's where my breath is so not as normal, something like that. So my body dissolves into the earth elements. That's where my body becomes like a heavy something. They step by step, externally they visualize like this. Then internally, they visualize that my chakras explored, crown chakras explore. That's where Bindus comes down, and the navel chakras also explored, and then their red Bindu comes up, and then they are coming in the center of heart chakra, and the heart chakra also explored, and then there is these two of these bindus clapped there, and then my consciousness becomes like a unconsciousness, something like that. And right after they try to understand the essence of the unconsciousness, so that is the clarity. That means it's externally still there is a small like a bindu, small being. So then it's also opened. That opens, and then wind. A wind has a special light. We call it subtle wisdom wind, which appears from there, and then that is the inseparable of one's mind and one's the essence of wind and the essence of bindu. So that's where then just watch it and then stay there. So in the everyday practice like this, they don't particularly going to do like a 3-year retreat or something, not going to do some mountainside or something like that. They don't know, people don't know they practice that or not, but they practice like their daily life. They practice, and when they die, and then they stay Tukdam. That means then they, right before, in 1 second they die, yeah? In 1 second they will die, and they need a special motivation that, oh, I'm going to stay 7 days. Actually, I'm going to means it's still quite unclear, but the kind of this, I'm going to 7 days, stay 7 days, or I'm going to stay 15 days, whatever they think. It doesn't matter. Some practitioners only think I'm going to stay only 5 days. Some wonderful practitioners think I'm going to stay 15 days or 1 month. It doesn't matter. And then after the 1 second, they die, and then they watch this light. Watch means at that time, their attention and this object of lights are indivisible. That's where then their body stay like that. That means their mind, power of meditation overpowers their mind. At that time, we start going there, shake to move with it there, it's destroyed to them. We cultivate a negative karma. So that's where they stay. After they promised that to stay 7 days, and after 7 days, then some liquid comes through their nostrils and something, and then slowly their neck like this or that. So that's the way. That's where if we understand the profound meaning in the Buddha Dharma, it's really amazing. Attend a rainbow body and something like that, and like a Tukdam and so forth. So main thing is we all have this ground. Anyhow, in fact, we have a balance because we all possess Buddha nature. We all possess Buddha nature. So that's why we are going to do this, yeah. So then, of course, we of course time's up. Sorry, yeah. Let me dedicate all of our virtues. Sanjo Zenjo Rainbow Je Ma Je Ba Na Je 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 Ba Nyam Ba Me Ba Yang Gong Ne Gong De Pe Ba Jo.
Thank you, Khenpo Tenzin, for the teaching on Essence of Mahayana. Thank you, everyone, for attending in person and online. Everyone online, please stay for the Dharma discussion group. And the same for everyone in the temple. Please stay. Just it'll be a few moments before we shut down and start up again for the new session.